Hi, welcome to English Hamster. Are you learning English? Great. Here we learn through stories. They are simple and interesting. You can improve English while learning knowledge. Remember to subscribe, like and comment. Let's get started.
Welcome, everyone. I know why you're here. You're tired of struggling with English, aren't you? Maybe you've tried many ways to improve your English. You've studied grammar, learned new words, and watched movies in English. But when it's time to speak, you freeze. You can understand the words, but your mouth just doesn't move. You know the language, but it feels like English isn't a part of your life. Perhaps you even think fluency is something only for people who are lucky or live in English-speaking countries. But I'm here to tell you something important. That's not true. I'm not going to give you false hopes or tell you that you can learn English in just 10 days. No, that would be unrealistic. But I am here to share something real with you, something that has worked for many people and can work for you too. Here's the truth. If you keep treating English like a subject you need to study for a test, you will get stuck. Instead, what you need is to make English a part of your daily life. This is how you'll speak naturally, fluently, and with confidence. You see, this video is not about grammar. It's not about passing exams. It's about learning how to make English a part of your daily habits. Building your English skills is like building your body. Just like you work on your muscles every day by exercising, you need to work on your English every day too. There's no pressure, no fear, and no judgment. It's about small actions every day that make a big difference. By the end of this video, you will have a complete system that turns English into something you live, not just something you study. So let's get started. This is not about quick tricks. It's about making real, long-lasting changes. Habit 1. Start your day in English. The first habit I want to share with you is incredibly powerful. Starting your day in English. You might be wondering, what does that even mean? Let me explain. When you wake up in the morning, your mind is like a fresh garden. It hasn't been filled with the noise of the world yet. The first thoughts you have in the morning set the tone for your whole day. If you wake up and start thinking in your native language, you're telling your brain, today is just another regular day. English is not a part of my life. But if you wake up and say something in English, even just one sentence before you check your phone, then you are telling your brain something powerful. English is part of my life now. This is who I am. It doesn't matter if your English isn't perfect. It doesn't matter if the sentence is simple. What matters is that you're starting your day in English. You're telling your brain that English is now part of you. And when you do this every day, your brain starts to accept English as a natural part of your life. Here's what you can do. When you wake up, say something like, "Good morning, I feel sleepy. Today I want to learn something new. I will speak English today." These simple sentences might feel silly at first, but they are powerful. You're not just speaking English, you're training your brain to connect English with your everyday life. Even if your grammar is wrong, or if you don't know many words, don't stop. Fluency doesn't come from perfect grammar. It comes from using the language every day. And the more you practice this habit, the more natural it will feel. Habit 2, keep English in your ears all day. Now, let's move on to another powerful habit, keeping English in your ears all day. You might be asking yourself, why in my ears? Well, let me explain. Listening is one of the most natural ways to learn a language. Think about how babies learn their first language. They don't start by speaking. Instead, they listen to their parents talk. They hear words all day long, even when their parents are cooking, cleaning, or playing. Babies don't understand everything at first, but they start recognizing the sounds and patterns. Slowly, they begin to understand what the words mean. Your brain works the same way. If you want to speak English fluently, but you're not listening to English every day, it will be harder for your brain to learn. So, habit 2 is all about listening to English as much as possible. You don't have to sit down and study every time you listen. Just let English play in the background while you're doing other things. You can listen to English while brushing your teeth, making breakfast, or even walking to work. The more you listen, the more your brain will start recognizing the sounds, rhythm, and flow of English. The best part, you don't need to do anything special. You don't have to study grammar. Just listen. The more you listen, the more your brain will understand. And over time, your speaking will improve naturally. For example, if you're watching a YouTube video or listening to a podcast in English, don't worry if you don't understand every word. The important thing is that your brain is hearing English every day. You'll start to notice patterns and familiar words, and before you know it, you'll be speaking more easily. Habit 3: talk to yourself in English all day. Let's now take things up a notch. Habit 3 is about talking to yourself in English throughout the day. I know this might sound a bit strange at first, but trust me, it's very powerful. This habit isn't about saying a few sentences in the morning or just listening to English while you work. It's about speaking English to yourself while you do everyday tasks. This is called contextual learning, and it's one of the best ways to learn a language. When you talk to yourself in English, you connect the language to real-life actions. Your brain learns faster when words are connected to real experiences. You're not just memorizing vocabulary, you're embedding it into your daily life. For example, when you're cooking dinner, say out loud, "I'm chopping the vegetables now. I need to stir the soup. It smells delicious." Or if you're cleaning your house, say, "I'm sweeping the floor, I'm washing the dishes. My house is clean now." At first, it might feel weird or even funny, but that's a good sign. It means your brain is paying attention. You're reprogramming your mind to think in English. And soon, it will feel completely natural. The more you talk to yourself in English, the easier it will be to speak in real conversations. Habit 4: change your phone and apps to English. Here's another simple but powerful habit. Change the language of your phone and apps to English. Think about how often you use your phone. Maybe you check it 100 times a day. Every time you use your phone, you have an opportunity to practice English without even trying. Start by changing the language of your phone's settings. This will force your brain to learn English in real time. Words like battery usage, airplane mode, and Bluetooth will become part of your daily vocabulary. You will learn new words without even realizing it. This is how children learn their first language, by seeing and hearing words over and over again. But don't stop there. Change the language of your most used apps too. Whether it's WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, switch them to English. Every time you open one of these apps, you'll be learning English. You might see words like notifications, filters, delivery options, and comments in English. It may seem small, but over time, you'll build your vocabulary without even trying. By changing your phone and apps to English, you turn everyday actions into an opportunity to improve your English. The more you see and interact with English in your daily life, the easier it will become to use it naturally. Habit 5: write a page in English every night. Another great habit to develop is writing a page in English every night. This habit helps you practice building sentences in English, especially sentences that describe what you actually did that day. Writing about your real life connects you to the language in a way that textbooks can't. It's not about writing perfectly. The goal isn't to impress anyone with your writing skills. It's about expressing your thoughts and feelings in English. And over time, you'll notice your writing getting better and better. You can start by answering 4 simple questions every night. Here, S what you can do. What did I do today? Write about your day in simple sentences. For example, I woke up at 7 a.m. I had breakfast. I went to work. I called my friend. This doesn't need to be complicated. The key is to practice writing in English every day. How did I feel today? This is a great way to learn emotional vocabulary. You can say things like, I felt tired after lunch, or I was happy because I learned a new word. Describing your emotions helps you build a richer vocabulary and express yourself better. What new word did I learn today? Each day, try to learn one new word in English. Write it down and use it in a sentence. For example, I learned the word grateful. It means feeling thankful for something. This will help you expand your vocabulary slowly but steadily. What do I want to do tomorrow? Planning in English is also a great way to practice. For example, tomorrow I will go to the gym. I want to eat healthy. By planning in English, you're building a bridge between your future actions and the language. By doing this every night, you'll improve your English without even realizing it. You're connecting the language to your daily life, and soon, it will feel much more natural to express your thoughts in English. Habit 6. Use English for everything you search. Did you know that you can use English for everything you search for on the internet? This habit helps you practice English vocabulary related to your daily activities. Instead of searching for things in your native language, try searching in English. For example, if you're looking for a recipe, search for easy pasta recipe in English. Or if you want to know how to fix something, search how to fix a broken phone in English. This will not only help you learn new vocabulary, but also show you how native speakers use English in real life. Let's say you're planning a trip. Instead of searching for best places to visit in my city in your language, try searching in English. Top tourist attractions in my city. By doing this, you'll start thinking in English instead of translating everything in your head. When you search for things in English, you're also learning vocabulary that's related to your hobbies or interests. Whether it's cooking, fixing things, or researching topics you love, you're building your vocabulary without even realizing it. Habit 7. Speak English with the world. Even if you don't have anyone to talk to in English, it's still important to start speaking every day. One of the best ways to do this is by speaking to yourself in front of a mirror. It may sound a little awkward, but this is a great way to practice speaking English confidently. Start with simple sentences like, My name is Sarah. I'm trying to learn English, or today was a little hard, but I'm not giving up. You don't need to speak for long periods, but try to speak clearly and slowly. Looking into the mirror helps you develop control over your mouth and emotions. Another great way to practice speaking is by leaving comments in English on YouTube, Instagram, or blogs. When you write comments, try to use simple sentences to express your thoughts. This will help you get used to using English in real-world situations. You don't need an audience to practice. The important thing is that you're using the language. By practicing speaking English every day, even if it's just for a few minutes, you'll become more comfortable and confident. Over time, it will feel natural, and you'll be ready to speak with others. Habit 8. Never miss a day. Build a daily English identity. The final habit I want to talk about is the most important one. Never miss a day. Building fluency doesn't come from studying harder or spending hours on grammar. It comes from developing a strong daily routine where English is part of your identity. You've probably said, "I'll start tomorrow," or "I'll study on the weekend." But here's the truth. Your fluency depends on what you do today, not tomorrow. If you want to become fluent, you have to make English a part of your life every single day. Most people don't become fluent because they don't make English a part of their life. They treat it like something to study only when they have time. But fluency comes when English is a part of your everyday routine. Here's how to do it. Choose one small thing to do every day and make sure you do it no matter what. It could be as simple as writing 3 sentences in English every night, speaking to yourself in the mirror for 2 minutes, or listening to 1 English video. Make it small enough that you can do it every day, even when you're tired or busy. Once you choose your small English habit, make a personal promise to yourself. Write it down somewhere where you can see it every day. No matter what happens, I will do 1 small action in English every day. This promise isn't just about studying, it's about creating a new identity for yourself. You are becoming someone who speaks English every day. Tracking your progress. To make sure you stay on track, it's important to track your progress. This will help you stay motivated and remind you of the small victories along the way. You can use a notebook or your phone's calendar to track your progress. Every day you complete your English habit, mark it with a check. Soon, you'll have a chain of checks growing longer and longer. This chain becomes a powerful motivation tool. You'll want to keep it going, and before you know it, speaking English every day will become a natural part of your routine. The more checks you add to your calendar, the stronger your commitment will become. And when you see that chain of successes growing, it will make you feel proud and excited to continue. This progress is proof that small, consistent actions really do add up. You don't need to be perfect, but staying consistent is the key. Making English a lifestyle. Fluency doesn't come from just studying grammar or taking tests. It comes from making English a lifestyle. This means you integrate English into your daily life, and it becomes as natural as breathing. Think about it. How often do you use your phone, apps, or the internet? Every time you use these tools, you have the chance to practice English. By making English a part of your daily life, you can turn every moment into an opportunity to improve. Start with small actions. For example, when you check your social media, comment in English. When you read the news, try reading it in English. Even watching videos or listening to podcasts in English can be part of your practice. The more you surround yourself with English, the more comfortable and confident you will become. You'll stop thinking about grammar rules and start thinking in English. And when this happens, speaking will feel effortless. It won't be about memorizing vocabulary or trying to remember rules. It will be about simply using English in your daily life. Taking English everywhere. Here's the truth. Fluency doesn't come from sitting in a classroom. It comes from using English in the world around you. Every time you speak to yourself, every time you listen to English, every time you search for something in English, you're building your fluency. The more you surround yourself with English, the more you become comfortable using it. Start using English every day, whether you're writing in your journal, speaking to yourself, or listening to English content. These small actions build up over time, and soon, you'll find that English is no longer something you study. It's something you live. The best part is that these habits don't have to take much time. A few minutes here and there, day after day, will add up to big improvements. You'll find yourself speaking and thinking in English without even realizing it. Results you can expect. If you follow these habits for 30 days, you will start to see significant changes. You will understand more English, your confidence will grow, and your speaking will start to feel more natural. But this is just the beginning. By the time you've been practicing these habits for 3 to 6 months, you'll recognize and understand over 1,000 common English words. You won't need to search for words or memorize vocabulary lists anymore. They will come to you naturally, and soon you'll start using them in conversations without even thinking. English will become part of your daily thoughts, actions, and conversations. Your challenge: make English a part of your life. Now, I want to challenge you for the next 90 days. Do one English action every day. Whether it's speaking, writing, listening, or thinking in English, make it part of your daily routine. It doesn't matter how small the action is. What matters is that you do it every day. At the end of 90 days, you will feel like a new person. English will be a part of who you are. Your fear of speaking will disappear, and your fluency will grow without you even realizing it. You won't just be learning English anymore, you will be living in it. Conclusion: the path to fluency is not about studying harder. It's about making English part of your life, bit by bit, every single day. The more you practice, the more comfortable you will become. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to follow every rule. What you need is consistency and commitment. Start today. Make one small change in your life and keep building from there. Over time, English will become second nature, and you will be able to speak with confidence, clarity, and fluency. Your English journey is just beginning. Take it one step at a time, and remember, every day is an opportunity to improve. Keep going, and you'll reach your fluency goal. Good luck, and see you soon.
Hey, if you learned something new today, please give this video a like. Write your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really helps to create more English videos for you. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.